Hi guys! In this video, I'm going to discuss on angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal. So we have here the figure. So in here, A is parallel to B, or line A is parallel to B, and line C is the transversal. So a transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines at different points. So in here, C is the transversal. Now we have here numbered angles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now angles 1, 2, 7, and 8, these four angles here are called as exterior angles. So exterior angles are angle 1, then angle 2, then angle 7, and angle 8. Then we also have interior angles. So the interior angles here are the ones that are found inside. So we're going to have angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6. Then we have what we call as corresponding angles. So corresponding angles, these are pairs of angle 1 and angle 5. Then we have angle 2 and angle 6, 2 and 6. Then we have angle 4 and angle 8. And lastly, we have angle 3 and angle 7. Then we have what we call as alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles here are angle 3 and angle 5. Then we have here angle 4 and angle 6. Then we also have alternate exterior angles. So alternate exterior angles here are angle 1 and angle 7, and we also have angle 2 and angle 8. So we have this postulate here: if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the corresponding angles are congruent. So corresponding angles are congruent, meaning angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Then we also have angle 2 congruent to angle 6. This angle here and this angle here are congruent. Then we have angle 4 congruent to angle 8, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. So this is what you meant by corresponding angles are congruent. Next is we have a theorem here that states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. Now in this figure here, alternate interior angles are angle 4 and 6, and angle 3 and angle 5. So we can say that angle 4 is congruent to angle 6, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 5. So we have here another theorem which states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then alternate exterior angles are congruent. So if we're going to have our figure here, alternate exterior angles are angle 1 and angle 7, and angle 8 and angle 2, meaning those pairs of angles are congruent. So we can have here angle 1 is congruent to angle 7, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 8. Okay, another theorem: if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, or their sum is equivalent to 180 degrees. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal in this figure here are angle 4 and angle 5, and angle 3 and angle 6, meaning the sum of the pairs of angles here, angle 4 or measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 5 here in the figure, will be equal to 180 degrees because they are supplementary. And same with the measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 6 is also equal to 180 degrees. Next theorem, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the exterior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. So we have here angle 1 and angle 8. So measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 8 will be equal to 180 degrees. And the same with measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 7, that will be equal to 180 degrees. Let's have example here of a problem that can be solved using angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal. So we have here the figure. L or line L is parallel to M, and line N is the transversal. So we have the numbered angles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if measure of angle 6 is equal to 3x, this is 3x here, and measure of angle 1 is 6x, this is 6x here, find the measures of each numbered angles. Now if we're going to look at angle 1 and angle 6, so these two angles here are exterior angles on the same side of the transversal, meaning the sum of their measures will be equal to 180 because they are supplementary. So we can have 6x plus 3x. This is the measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 6, 3x, will be equal to 180 degrees. Then 6x plus 3x will be 9x equals 180 degrees. Then dividing both sides by 9, we can have x equals 180 divided by 9 is 20 degrees. So x is 20, and we have here measure of angle 1 equals 6x. So 6 times 20 will be 120 degrees. And measure of angle 6 is 3x. So this is 3x here. So 3 times 20, that will be 60. Meaning, the measure of angle 1 is equal to 120 degrees. Then measure of angle 6 is equal to 60 degrees. Then if this is 60 here, and the opposite angles or vertical angle of angle 6 is angle 7, meaning angle 7 is also 60 degrees. So if this is 60, so angle 4 will be equal to 120 degrees. Then angle 1 here is 120 degrees. So angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair, meaning measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Angle 1 is 120, so angle 2 will be 60 degrees. And the same with the measure of angle 5. Angle 5 will be equal to 120 degrees. Then angle 3 here will be equal to 60 degrees because angle 2 and angle 3 are vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. Same with angle 5 and angle 8. These two are vertical angles, so angle 8 is also 120 degrees. So I hope this video helped you. If you have questions about the topic, please comment down below, and see you next time.